Chicago Bears plan at running back. Do they have free agent plans, or are they going to stick with the guys currently on the roster? I know you will probably hear otherwise, but listen, the Bears simply never really wanted to sign Nick Chubb, or they could have got it done. They never offered him a contract, and I don't believe they would have been anywhere near what the Texans gave him. After Chubb signed a 1 year deal for just $2.5 million to back up Joe Mixon in Houston, that much seems pretty clear. Now he can get up to $5 million in incentives, and there's no way Ryan Poles was going to pay that much for Chubb at age 29 and after missing 24 games the last 2 years. I've always talked about not falling for those free agent rumors when it comes to the Bears. Most of the time when we do sign a free agent or make a trade, nobody in the media or anywhere had any idea we're going to do it, especially in the Ryan Poles era. So when people were going crazy talking about Nick Chubb to the Bears for the entire month of May and said the Bears were in serious talks with Chubb, the Bears were all in on Nick Chubb. The Bears were very serious about signing Nick Chubb. A deal is imminent. The rumors and stories were a bit out of control. And now the media is pivoting to the Bears missed out on Nick Chubb. And what will the Bears do at running back without Nick Chubb? It's getting silly. The disrespect to the current Bears running back room is out of control. Yes, it was a need heading into the offseason. And if Ashton Genty, Quinshawn Judkins, or Travion Henderson would have been on the board when the Bears picked in the first 2 rounds, we most likely would have added a young stud at running back. But we already had DeAndre Swift, Roschon Johnson, and Travis Homer. Not the best running back room in the league, but not the worst either by a long shot. And that was before adding rookies Kyle Monangai and Deion Hankins. And I'm a big fan of Monangai out of Rutgers. Yes, he was a 7th-round pick, but he does remind me a bit of Isaiah Pacheco, and he's definitely a sleeper to lead this team in rushing touchdowns this season as a rookie. But DeAndre Swift is the lead dog right now. He put up over 1,300 yards last year behind a makeshift offensive line with a rookie quarterback and multiple play callers. Then we also have Roschon Johnson, a powerful runner, a great pass blocker, and a guy with untapped upside. But I really think it's possible that Kyle Monangai has a breakout season. Honestly, it's possible that both DeAndre Swift and Kyle Monangai could outproduce Nick Chubb this season. And Monangai or Roschon Johnson could do it for much cheaper as far as salary concerns. I think people don't realize that Chubb may never be the same running back again. He was one of the best in the NFL, simply put, but right now he is not the same player. But let's not forget that DeAndre Swift is simply better than Nick Chubb at this point in his career. I wholeheartedly believe that. Not only has he outproduced Chubb by over 2,000 total yards since 2023, but he's 3 years younger and he's been a lot healthier. People want to say Swift is injury prone, and he did suffer a lot of minor injuries early on in his career with Detroit. But this is a guy that's gotten tougher. He's just 26 years old. He played in all 17 games last year, and he's only missed 3 total games in the last 3 seasons. Meanwhile, Nick Chubb is turning 30 years old this year, and he's missed 24 total games since 2022. His knee injury in 2023 was worse than most people think. It was so bad it required 2 separate surgeries, and he had another major injury to that knee in college. I think at this point in Chubb's career, his best football is simply behind him. Meanwhile, DeAndre Swift is just entering his prime and coming off back-to-back 1,200-plus yard seasons, and he's gotten better every year in the NFL. Think about it like this. If Swift can get a feature role in Ben Johnson's offense, and he can get close to as many touches as he got in 2024, it's definitely in the realm of possibilities that DeAndre Swift could have a 1,500-plus yard season this year. So why does everyone think the Bears need a running back? I think Swift's at his best when he's a complementary back paired with another power back. And in that situation, he could still get around 1,000 total yards, but then we have another guy that comes in and keeps Swift fresh. I would have Kyle Monangai and Roschon Johnson battle out for that job, and one of them can carve out a nice role in this backfield as a short yardage option. I believe either Monangai or Roschon will end up being our goal line back in 2025. I'd also love to see us occasionally hand the ball off to Luther Burden. Don't rule that one out either. So after the draft, I've never really thought we had a huge need at running back. And we also have two undrafted guys that I'm not even going to talk about much today. Deion Hankins, who was undrafted this year. I've already made a video on him. And Ian Wheeler returning from last year as a UDFA. Hopefully, I'll have an update on him later in training camp. So the new narrative is the Bears missed out on Nick Chubb. So could we still sign a veteran running back at some point before this season? I think that's definitely possible. But if everyone stays healthy, I think our running back room has a lot of potential and it should be just fine in 2025. Of course, our general manager, Ryan Poles, is always looking to upgrade this roster. So he's going to be on a lookout for more players or someone that could help. And that goes for running back, offensive line, and pass rushers as well. But right now, for OTAs after the draft, I don't really think he's serious about signing anyone right now. I think if that happens, it's probably going to come a lot closer to training camp. Wait until we get into July. If he sees someone out there that he believes is going to help this roster right away and he can get him at a value, then that could definitely change. But right now, I expect us to stay pretty status quo. And then if you have injuries or some other players become available closer to camp, we know Ryan Poles is always active in July and August. He's always made a couple of moves during August, including a few trades. So that is something to watch out for, but I do believe we're 4 to 6 weeks away from that. I'm excited to see what these guys can do in a Ben Johnson coached offense right now, because another huge point that people are missing is we have an extremely upgraded offensive line. What DeAndre Swift did in 2024 was without this offensive line. So now if you have another running back paired with Swift, either Monungai or Roshan Johnson, and that upgraded offensive line and a better play caller, and I cannot wait to see what these guys do this season. But with Nick Chubb and J.K. Dobbins both having signed contracts with AFC teams, most people are now wondering what the Bears will do at running back. But the Bears have 6 players at the position ready to go for training camp. I believe we're fine. A name to watch if someone were to get hurt or underperform would be former Detroit Lion Jamal Williams, who led the NFL in touchdowns the last time he played for Ben Johnson. He remains a free agent, but I think our current running room is very underrated. I'm ready for the rumors to go away and football to come back. Give me a bear down in the comments if you feel the same way. I appreciate everyone that watches. I have a ton more content on the way. Please remember to hit that like button for me. And until next time, bear down.